In March of 2023, Logica Research conducted a survey for Charles Schwab called the Modern Wealth Survey. And I love that name, Modern Wealth. What does that mean? So I decided to do a video on it. So I'm going to do my best to interpret some of the results. And of course, I'm going to add my own take on it. So it's mostly all about me again. I'm Maureen Dobransky. This is Life Starts at Retirement. I produce a retirement lifestyle video every Saturday at noon. So first of all, I just want to say this isn't financial advice. I am so not a financial advisor. I'm really just a frustrated Canadian that was concerned about all of the misinformation and all of the stuff going on the internet. So I decided to try to do something about it and learn a little bit more. So I just want to make anybody's retirement remarkable. Again, just my take on some of these stats, so take it with a grain of salt. So the Modern Wealth Survey was conducted with 1,000 adults ages 21 to 75, and then they added in a little bit of extra Gen Z respondents, 200 additional of those. So, so you don't get confused when I use the terms, the Gen Z, the millennials, all that. Here's what the definitions are. If you're a Gen Zer, you were born between 1997 and 2001. So as of 2023, which is when the survey was, they would have been between 21 and 25 years old. Millennials were born between 1981 and 1996. So again, as of this, they would have been 26 to 41 years old. Gen X was born between 1965 and 1980, or 42 to 57 at that time. And boomers, me, born 1947 to 1964, or 58 to 75 in this survey. And it's really, really, really interesting to see the difference between the generations and how we think and what we value. So there's really some eye-opening statements in these surveys. So let's get started with this question that was asked. At what level of personal net worth would you say a person in your area would be considered wealthy? Wow. So I'm certain it varied by area to area. You know, some places that it was much more expensive would be a bit higher, etc. Probably the ages would be higher. But the answer in the survey came back is at $2.2 million, they would say a person in their area would be considered wealthy. That's personal net worth. But here comes what they call the America's wealth paradox. So although the net worth would be considered to be wealthy, would be considered 2.2 million, 48% of those that answered that question said they already feel wealthy now. And the average net worth of these individuals was only $560,000. So although they say it is you need 2.2 million to be considered wealthy in 2023, Americans who feel wealthy have a much lower actual net worth. So that's very interesting. But here's even some more. What is really unique is that when they were describing wealth in their own words, more and more Americans referenced well-being over money and assets. In fact, the top statement that many Americans made that said they were wealthy was having a fulfilling personal life and not anything related to money. So along with that, it was close to 60% of Gen Zers, millennials, and Gen Xers said that having time was more important than money. And then it drastically went up to 67% of boomers felt that way. And it's true, as a boomer myself, I can relate. Time seems to be more and more important and precious as you get older. And then another interesting generational stat is that the younger you are, the more you compare yourself to others, and the more you seem to care about the lifestyle that others have versus your own lifestyle. So the statement was asked, quote, being able to afford a similar lifestyle as my friends makes me feel wealthy. So that was the statement. And 61% of both Gen Zs and millennials agreed with that. So they really feel that being able to afford a similar lifestyle as their friends makes them feel wealthy. Oh, okay. But as you age, that number goes down. Only 39% of Gen Xers agreed with that statement, and boomers, only 31% of us agreed with that. And again, as a boomer, I can see that. I really, honestly don't care one bit what others have, what they do, where they go, how they live their lifestyle, other than my sincere hope that each and every one of them enjoys their retirement to the fullest within their situation. So, and if you've watched my channel, you know that my sort of tagline is make your retirement remarkable. And I firmly believe that and try to live that myself. And then last, interestingly, on this survey was they asked about social media and the impact it has on your financial decisions. And so as I would have guessed, the younger you are, the more social media has an influence on your financial decisions. So the statement was, I follow influencers on social media who share financial advice. And it was agreed with about 50% of Gen Zs and millennials, and then went way down to only 13% of us boomers, because we've been there, done that, maybe. And then the one that I thought was even kind of crazier was, well, crazier but kind of predictable was, they said, I find my views of wealth are influenced by what people post on social media. And it was agreed with by 53% of Gen Zers. So their views are heavily influenced by what they see on social media. But that went way down to only 9% of boomers agree that their views of wealth are influenced by what people put on social media. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I think probably 95% of what we see on social media is all baloney anyhow, except of course this channel. But so that's my take on the Modern Wealth Survey and some of its results. I seem to reflect my age group, and I guess that makes me normal. But if you ask my husband, you'd say I'm not normal, but that's okay. So where are your agreements and your disagreements? I would love to hear where you are with everything and what makes you wealthy. I'm Maureen Dobransky. This is Life Starts at Retirement. Again, I produce a retirement lifestyle video every Saturday at noon. And please join our Facebook group. It's hugely growing now. Facebook.com/group/Life Starts at Retirement.